This is the Great Legend, and I'm coming at you live tonight with a tag video from the one, the only, Undisputed Frost. And the tag is support the community. Support the community tag video. And the community, there's a lot of different communities out in YouTube, but Undisputed Frost, he is talking about the YouTube comic book community. And there's so many different collectors in the community, so much diversity in the community, a lot of great people out there in the comic book community, and it's time that we all, support one another and, love each other and be good and stuff like that, not be assholes and stuff. And I'm going to, I'll be the first to admit, the Great Legend, he ain't everyone's cup of tea, man. The Great Legend has made a lot of enemies in his lifetime here on YouTube comic book community. And, I've got a lot of haters as well, but I've also, caused some hate, and for that I'm very sorry. I won't get into too much details, but yeah, I've had some little run-ins with some people before, and you know how sometimes the community can get a pretty, I guess it would be like, you'd branch off and, this side, these people go over here, and then, you got a little turf war going on, kind of like the Warriors, not the New York Warriors, but, how the old school Warriors went back to Coney Island. And, dividing lines could be, created and stuff like that. And I'm going to be honest with you, because Legend tells the truth. As far as the comic book community goes, I ain't been real good about supporting all the community. I'm just going to let you know how it is. For one, I just don't have time to, dive into everything or watch everyone's videos or, be here, be there. I just don't have a lot of time to do that anymore, which is pretty crappy of me, but it is what it is. But I do try to watch everyone's videos and try to be positive and things of that nature. But it's funny how when you think about, you support the community, like say I'm hanging out with a group of people and that group of people is, like saying, "Oh, look at this group of people." And then I'm getting a lot of feedback from my own friends or, my own group. I'm getting a lot of I don't even want to call them groups. Say like any kind of group, Blaster Statue, where, but you get this kind of crap from them, and then you go out and watch and try to advance on and experience your own thing and learn something new, because I need, like I say, you can learn a ton of things from newer people, or just not really per se newer people, but just different people in the comic book community. And I think that happens to a lot of us. We get stuck in a rut where, we're with one part of the community and not the other part, and then we're missing out on some pretty damn good stuff. But kind of like what I got from Howlermouse's video over the weekend and Frost's video, which was made, I think, in response to Seeking Near Mint Comics video, like that. And it's kind of like the world we live in. I don't want to make this into a Alleged Truth video, but, the world, there's like a progression, or there's like an evolution. And I think that's the case for everything in life. And like, if only I would open my eyes up to see, what let me tell you, I can actually see some things that y'all wouldn't freaking believe if you tried. But if I would kind of slow down and take a look at everyone in the comic book community, and kind of see that evolution and progression, that I won't be left behind. That's kind of a little Tim LaHaye joke there, but I won't be left behind as far as the way the comic book community and the comic book world kind of progresses in the future. So I'm going to try my hand and do a lot better than that, and see how that goes. And then, watching new people, I can learn some stuff. It's hard though, it's real hard. I'll even admit it. It's hard to kind of, look at things a different way when you've been doing things so long. So I'll be the first one to admit that. But on to the good stuff about the comic book community. We got old school collectors. We got new school. We got people that do collect runs, collect to read, collect for the fine art, hang them on the wall. There's some rare variant collectors, all kinds of different collectors in the YouTube comic book community. And if you're uncertain on something, literally you could type in whatever you want, and you'll find someone else that either has the same likes and dislikes, or they'll give you some tips on some stuff too. Like, we also in the community, we have a lot of folks that do like pick out speculation books, or people that talk about books that may go up in value due to maybe a future event, like say a movie or TV show. So a lot of great stuff there. And before I go any more, I'm not even on my right screen, so let me get on the screen where I can check the chat real quick, and I'll bring up the chat. Thank God my mic is not muted, because that would have sucked if I was muted this whole time. So let's look at the chat. So we got a lot of great folks in the chat, and I'm not seeing everyone in the chat, by the way, so I'll have to go back to my page and bring up and give shout outs to everyone that has showed up tonight. So we got a guy up in here. Oh yeah, by the way, and I'll reiterate this at the end of the video as well. The 3 people I'm tagging, and Great Legend is always long-winded in these videos. That's kind of one of my negative points, but sometimes I just kind of keep talking and I don't shut the hell up. I just keep on going. That could be an annoying factor. If you don't like hearing a guy like talk, you don't want to listen to the Great Legend Show. But we do have, okay, the first 3 people I'm tagging. Let me get this out of the way. I'm tagging my good friend Reaper Tate 728. He's got a lot of old school books. Got some great stories to tell. So yeah, I'm tagging him. I'm tagging my truth-seeking brother, Vinchenzo C. Now, he's a completely different cat from Reaper Tate. Like, he's kind of a truth seeker, so he'll speak his mind on what he sees and what he agrees and what he disagrees with, not only in the comic book community, but like comic books, like what's going on in the comic book world, like those SJWs at Marvel. And then the last guy I'm tagging is a good friend of mine, and I haven't talked with him one-on-one in a while, but we used to cut the rug per se, and I'm talking about Tim Howlermouse, the great Howlermouse. I'm putting him on the spot, so I'll talk to him after the show and let him know. Howlermouse, thank you. I need you to watch this video. I don't know, I hope he watches it. I know it may be long, but I want him to make a video too. And I want him to support the community as well, because there's a lot of new folks in the community, not new to collecting comics. They've been collecting comics for years, but I'm saying like new people as far as making videos and doing all that kind of stuff. And he may know some stuff that can guide them along their way to becoming a successful comic book channel or whatnot. So I think those folks are like 3 totally different folks that could make some kick-ass videos about supporting the community. And so that's Reaper Tate 728, Vinchenzo C, and Howlermouse. Okay, so let's see. Now let me check the chat. So first off, I'm going to give some big shout outs to Vinchenzo C. He is in the chat. Want to give a huge shout out to Texas's very own. I'm pretty sure you're from Texas. Mr. Tito, aka Kingdom Comics, is here with us. We got Brian Spaceboy, woo, from the old Carolinas over there, like Ric Flair. Brian Spaceboy 227. We got Testify. It's Simplify Comic Guy. Simplify is up in here. It's good to see Simplify. We got Mr. White Gloves from Splash Page Comics, and I found something funny about that. I found some old intros I was going to do for Splash, and I may record those Splash, and I'll email them to you so you can throw in your videos, the ones we talked about at the comic thing, the Fan Expo. Reaper Tate 728 is here. Another Texas brother, a.k.a. Mike, Comic Crypt. Jesus, I can't talk tonight. Help me, Lord. Comic Crypt of Castle Hills is here. SWB2GOD. Hey, what is up, T-Dog, man? Long time, T-Dog. You must have changed your name, playa. Rebel Comics is live. Rebel Comics I put on my featured channels page. I used to have Rebel Gaming, but I put Rebel Comics on there because I'm kind of digging the comics more, but I like the gaming too. Splash says the old login thing reminds him of waiting for the Bullwinkle show to come on Saturday mornings, the old the standby page I have. So Reaper Tate and Simplify there together. We got Undisputed Frost, the creator of this tag, bringing everyone together, which is always a good thing. Cholula's Comics, HOC is in the house. Cholula's good to see you, sir. Justin, Exile State Comics. Welcome to the show, Exile State. Justin's great to see you. Tim Merritt. Tim Merritt, I ain't seen you in a while, Cat. It's great to see you here. Okay. Biggies. Biggies was one of the original folks that got tagged along with myself and Alex. And Alex has actually got a live show going on right now. So go check out Alex the Comic Quarter. I told Alex and me and him talked before the show. I said, bro, I'm gonna have to watch you on the rewind, because I couldn't even get to my computer in time to do this video. So just great to see everyone here, and I want to thank y'all so much for watching the show. I also want to give a big shout out to Tom, aka Hippie's Collectibles. Let me tell you, Hippie, I tagged. This is a support the community tag video, and you almost got tagged again, but I didn't want to screw you over and tag you another time. So guess what, bro? I tagged Howlermouse instead, from our old school, Generation 1 YouTube Friday night show. You remember that? Comic Book Roundtable? Oh, that was old school, man. So Hippie, you got off easy this time, man. You got off easy. So, Simplified Comic Guy, he brought up a good comment here. He said, keep it at 100% exposing the BS. Gomez Comic Collectors here. Gomez, it's good to see you. So Simplify, he says, 100% exposing the BS, and that's the thing. I do expose a lot of crap that goes on in the YouTube comic book community. And, a lot of times it's some of those things where, my gut tells me one thing, but my head does the completely different thing, where I'll say, well, if so-and-so is stealing money, or so-and-so was a non-paying bidder on my Legends Live auction, I'll call that person out. Is it right? No, it all depends, but I feel like it may hurt that person and maybe some of their friends, right? But it does let the community know, hey, just to let you know, this guy, has done something before. So just kind of be wary. I mean, watch his video, sure, but I mean, like, you may not want to, do any $200, $300, $400 deals with the guy. All right, so I know I don't even know if this is sounding like a support the community video, but you know how I roll with it. I just try to keep things real, So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show y'all in Undisputed Frost video. Here's what you need to do. You need to show some variant covers, okay? You want to show some variant covers because people in the comic book community that collect variants aren't getting any love. So we're going to show, you want to get variant covers out. Show some cool variant covers and talk about why you like the variant covers. And also show some stuff that you like to read or stuff that you're currently reading, So, you know what, and I've got ripped off, as far as, Hippie said, I've had a few stolen, damn bastards. I think we've all had, comics, stolen from us, or, we've all gotten ripped off before. But the cool thing is, if it's something that happens, on Instagram, if you do an Instagram raffle, or you do an auction, or, something bad happens. I mean, you can, since it's social media, you can tell other people to, hey, be wary, watch out for this guy or something. We got SNMC. What is up, SNMC? Seeking Near Mint Comics is here. He's the one that kind of spurred this whole thing on. And so the tag is support the community, show some variant covers, kind of your story, why you like the variants, and show some stuff you've been reading. So what's pretty cool, and I did get to go back and watch Seeking Near Mint Comics video, and he brought up a good point, about new collectors, or, collectors that do different things, going into a comic shop or interacting with a lot of people that don't see the stuff you see. And I've got a great story for that. I've never really had that problem, getting people to, dig what I dig, or anything like that. But it is some bullshit. If say, all right, for instance, let me get on my camera so y'all can see this book. Say for instance, I'm all about this right here. This ain't even a variant, by the way. This just an example. Well, say I go into a store and I'm like, and thank goodness back in the 90s, or was it, 89 or 1990, I got my first issue of Fantastic Four from the store. And I'm glad the folks at Lone Star, didn't say Fantastic Four. That's a piece of crap, So, but anyway, I fell in love with this book here. But on the flip side, what if someone out there in YouTube land was disrespecting this book or like bashing this book? I mean, like, fuck, man, I've got every single issue of this. What the hell? Would it? And it may hurt my feelings. So I wouldn't want that to happen. I mean, Fantastic Four. These are the four weird people that started the Marvel Age right there. Now, do I like the fact they're wearing red and black costumes in this comic? That is pretty stupid. But yeah, let's see. Seeking says they're great books. Jason Smith, welcome to the show, Jason. Damn it, I love you guys. I don't take a knee for anybody. My first FF book was 49. Kingdom Comics, what is up? Tito's here. SMC, looking forward to your videos. So yeah, we have a great group of folks here, and I'm glad y'all are all watching. And y'all need to go back and watch a little earlier. I told the rest of the folks, I said, as far as the comic book community goes, I have not been like the greatest person as far as supporting people, supporting new people. I have been stuck in my ways. Now, that's not saying I fucking hate people. I don't like hate anybody. It's just I don't have a lot of time to watch folks, and I don't have a lot of time to support those other folks, which is kind of crappy because a lot of you have supported me. So it's hard, though. My boy Hippies Collectibles know what it's all about. It's hard to watch other people, when you can't check everyone out or whatever. But tonight, man, it's all and tonight and from this night forward, it's all about supporting all the comic book community. So, what I'm going to show you right now, this is some Undisputed Frost action. By the way, I don't know why I have two of these. I don't think I spec'd on this. I think it was just a screw up and I got two, but you never know. Even a guy that's been collecting a long ass time will pick up a couple number ones here. Oh man, I have no clue. Actually though, the thing about this book, no disrespect, James Robinson, who wrote this series, great author. He did some phenomenal work on the Earth 2 from New 52 storyline. And he did a lot of other good stuff. I can't think of anything else right now, but I remember the Earth 2 was really good. So that's James Robinson. So most of the variants I'm going to show you is from this series right here. So the first one here is a Scotty Young variant. Y'all know old Scotty Young. That's pretty much the same issue, just a variant cover. And one thing that for me personally for variants, it's got to be a character I like. It's got to be an artist. Well, maybe not even so the artist, because if you think about these, pretty much I got all these variants because I wanted to have every single one I can get of the Fantastic Four, so. Brian Spaceboy. Hey, Brian, guess what? Your boy Hippies Collectibles is up in here. It's good to see you, Tom. Fantastic Four. Pretty cool. That's Scotty Young. I do like Scotty Young. I mean, they were whoring out Scotty on a ton of Marvel books during the Marvel Now. This one right here, this is Katie Cook. Y'all may remember these. She did these animal variants. I always thought that was pretty cool. Thing as a teddy bear, Human Torch as an elephant, Mr. Fantastic as a giraffe, and Miss Invisible Woman. I almost said Mrs. Fantastic, whatever, but she's a poodle. So I think that was a pretty cool cover. This one here is an issue 1. This is I think, let me get you this one. This is a variant cover. I had to cheat because I can't remember who did these covers. It's been so long since I've got these out. And currently I have 29 short boxes in the living room, and everything is mixed up. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's together, but a lot of crap is mixed up. So I'm trying to go through and put everything in the boxes. Back in 2014, I was getting so many books, I didn't have a chance to read them all. And I think it was more so along the lines of keeping up with the Joneses, that was on the Seeking Near Mint 9.2 crew, the Near Mint 9.2 crew. I was keeping up with the Joneses, getting back kind of into comic book collecting. I was getting a lot of brand new books, but I wasn't even reading them all. So they're all in the damn living room, and I'm trying to get them all in order so one day I will get to read them all, because I only spend about $30 a month now. But who was this? This is Jerome Opina. Jerome Opina. And this is a 1 in 50 variant. And I tell you what, man, Fantastic Four, not Fantastic Four, but Marvel pretty much kills it as far as like variants go. DC, you know, I don't really see, you know, I'm sure there's some DC variants, but Marvel can really put out some pretty kick-ass variant covers. Freaking A, man. Fantastic Four, I just love it. So that's a 1 in 50 right there. Now this one, I had to get off eBay on this one because all of our Hastings stores, they closed, but this is a classic cover, and I really like this cover. It's the Fantastic Four. They're getting on the spaceship, right? And in the background, it has Deadpool. And that's Rags Morales. He's done a lot of great Superman covers as well. Sorry for the glare. Therein, Mylar. I remember back in the day when I first saw Hans, Hippie has Mylar as well, but I saw Captain Strangelove show that Mylar on his books, man. And that shine, I was like, man, I got to have some of that kind of stuff. And that's kind of funny, you know. And for me, it's like totally opposite. You know, you'll watch a video, someone has a sweet fucking variant, and then I'm like, screw the variant. I want the Mylar. So I really got into Mylar and started preaching about the whole Mylar thing. Even though, I tell you what, I probably got about half of the damn collection in poly bags I still need to change out, you know. This one here, this is a sweet cover. I have a print of this. I have a signed print of this one here. This is a 1 in 75 Alex Ross cover variant. They're all going up to space right there. I'm reading some of the chat. All right, Seeking says, I will catch you his on the rewind. So he's heading out like him, doing the baby cartoon stuff. Yeah, Scotty Young, man, he's really cool. Do we know why Scotty Young changed our art style? I don't know. I'm not really sure. I haven't really kept up with old Scotty Young in quite a long time. That's probably the last Scotty Young cover I got. That's a 1 in 75 Alex Ross. I just love the Alex Ross painted covers. He's kind of a throwback, though. You know, he's not real... Like, if you look at his covers, I mean, it kind of looks like, to me, it's like Norman Rockwell. You know, you're looking at some old advert in like a Life magazine or something. It's old school style. It's like 50s style. Before there was even a Fantastic Four. It's like kind of like a 50s. This one right here, this one, I don't remember what I paid for these, unfortunately, but I'm thinking I must have paid at least a couple hundred for this. This is a 1 in 300 variant. And like I've told a lot of you before, I do have variants, but like if it's some crazy ass thing like a 1 in 300, and you know, quite honestly, I didn't even know this was a 1 in 300. I'm just trying to collect all the Fantastic Four variants I can. But that's a 1 in 300, and that's the pencil variant. I don't know if this is worth anything. I have not looked on eBay or I'm not a real big, as far as monetary values, I don't really know, but if it's Fantastic Four, I'm going to pay what pretty much anything I could pay to get the damn book, because I just love it that much. That's Fantastic Four on the pencils right there. His pencils are okay, but I kind of like the colored version better. This right here, these are always fun. Just blanks, you know. One of these days I would love to get a nice Art Adams sketch. But he was kind of an a-hole last time I got him to sign some stuff. And I'll show you one real quick. Here's another variant from the same series. That's issue 642. I showed this in my Seeking Near Mint Top 20 variant tag video. And I don't even remember this dude's name, honestly. I'm kind of sucky at that. But, you know, I've always said on some of my older videos, I said if the variant catches your eye, the eye catches your variant. Colton Atkins, thank you so much. I wonder if that's Casey and Colton from Tits fame, the Trans Interdimensional Taxi Service. It's a independent book, self-published, and they do Kickstarters all the time. Or was that Colton Sorrells? Colton Atkins, though. Anyway, Colton, Art Adams can be slightly stuck up, I heard. I'll tell you a little story about Art real quick. Anyway, I love the thing, so maybe one day if he's not an a-hole, I'll get him to sketch. I don't know. I don't know how much these people cost, but this is an Art Adams cover variant number issue 2 variant. This is a 1 in 50. And what gets me is, man, look at this cover. That's a freaking... I love the way Art Adams does Ben Grimm, the thing. Beautiful cover. I love Art Adams, but it's so hard when you like love an artist and they're kind of an a-hole. He wasn't... okay, let me tell you my story real quick. Here's a variant here. I don't know what the ratio on this is. I didn't look it up, but it has an Art Adams signature, okay? It's the action figure variant for Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy, when they started Marvel Now, back in, I think it was 2012, maybe 2011, I cannot remember, but it was freaking awesome. And I started collecting the volume that came after, and then they went back to the original numbering for Legacy. But I don't know if I have all these in my collection. I do want to collect this Guardians of the Galaxy run. Not all the variants by any means, but I had to get this one because it was the Thing action figure variant. And I got Art Adams to sign. And funny thing was, whenever, you know, I saw Art Adams, and I brought up some of my... I think it was Fantastic Four 347, 348, 349. 3 of my favorite issues, and I read those things like freaking crazy because it was the first new Fantastic Four. Wolverine, Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider, the Mr. Fix-It Hulk, the Gray Hulk, and Spider-Man. And they took over for the Fantastic Four because, you remember, Ben Grimm had lost his powers at the time. And that was when he was wearing that suit, right? But anyway, so I was telling him how I read the books, like, you know, a shit ton when I was a kid, and I brought some other books for him to sign. Because basically for Art Adams, I like Art Adams, but I don't really remember him doing a lot of interior artwork. One of the things about Art Adams that I read about and I heard about, what he was slow as shit when it came to the interiors. So when he was doing that Fantastic Four 347, 348, 349, they had trouble because he wasn't getting the damn book out quick enough. So he's very slow. But as far as covers go, man, this dude can do some covers, man. You know, he could do so many nice covers, they can keep you warm at night, you know what I'm saying? So this is old Art Adams here. Very cool. Show you that again. So anyways, I get up to the booth or whatever, and I got Art Adams. You know, he was kind of an asshole. Maybe I should have bought something from him first and then had him sign the prints, because after he signed the books, he was doing a sketch at the time, or I guess a commission for someone, so he was really concentrated on that, and he was doing a sketch at the time. So he wasn't really talking to me or anything. So by him kind of being real quiet and not talking to me, I didn't ask to take no picture or nothing with him. I'm guessing I should have bought some stuff first, and then maybe he would have been like more friendly, because it seemed like he was friendly after I gave him some money, but by then he had already signed the book. So if you go meet Art Adams, possibly buy some shit from him first and then get the signature and then kind of start talking to him. But I bought a print from him. It was a Guardians of the Galaxy print, and it's a really cool print. And I'm actually going to send this to an Angela fan who's in the chat right now. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but Rebel Comics is getting this print. I just haven't sent it to him yet because, you know, Canada and all. It takes a lot of money to send there. And I got some other stuff to send as well. Popcom, what is up, Popcom? We do got 20 watching right now. We got some people that are in and out. We got Rag718. We got the TCBV, the comic book villain. Reaper Tate is still here. I have the issue of the new Fantastic Four with Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider. That's a cool cover. That's issue 348. Beautiful cover. Great Art Adams action. I love how Art Adams draws Wolverine without the mask on and everything. Let me go back up, see if I missed any chat. You know, like I said, a lot of these videos are kind of long-winded. But those are just some of the variants I had. And like I said, Bruce Zayas, it's good to see you, Bruce. Matt Murdoch, it's good to see Matt here. So we got a lot of people. Nerd Vision is in the house. doing it all night long. Kingdom Comics says he prefers the old top loaders, which are freaking pretty cool. I don't have any top loaders, but those are pretty damn nice. Put them things in some top loaders. Yeah, Rebel. It's got it's the one I showed you before. It's got Angela on there. Get that sucker framed. I'll get it to you eventually, okay? Brian Spaceboy. Got old Brian here. We got Rebel Comics. I'm sad to hear about Jim Leahy, my friend. Let me show you some stuff that I've been reading or I like to read, because Undisputed Frost wanted to see some stuff that I like to read. I've been rereading these in the Marvel Masterworks trade paperback. I finished this one a couple weeks back. This was Volume 3 of the Fantastic Four. You get a lot of these cool, old school deals on the back. You get pretty much issues 21 through 30. A lot of memorable stories in here. You got that baby alien. What was that damn thing? Oh, the infant terrible. You had number 25 and 26 where not Spider-Man, the Thing and the Hulk fight, and then the Avengers. You get one of the deals where the X-Men come onto the scene. You get a great Diablo storyline. You get Namor up to his old tricks in. So really awesome book. I really love reading the old school stuff there. Now, this one here is the fourth one. You're going to get some Invincible Man, some more Submariner, House Divided, Gorgon, Dragon Man, Frightful Four, A Blind Man Shall Lead Him. So you get a lot of memorable good reads right there. And this is issues 31 through 40, and the second annual comes in this. And this is Marvel Masterworks number 4. You can see a lot of these I will read in the trade, or I'll read in hardcover. And like my Fantastic Four floppies, yeah, I don't read the ones that I have the trade paperbacks on, but I'll read the other ones. I'll read the other floppies. Colton Atkins says, I met Capullo and Scott Snyder a couple of weeks ago, and they were incredibly interactive. Great set of dudes. And it's kind of interesting to see how some of the younger creators seem to be, like more outgoing, more nice. Like Jimmy Palmiotti, just phenomenal. One of the greatest guys you could ever meet or chat with. Exile State says, good luck, Jason. Jason has an interview, so congrats to Jason, man. So good stuff. The one I'm currently reading right now that's by my bed that has dust on it because stupid cat gets dust everywhere is Injustice Ground Zero, and it's a great story. It's takes place during the Injustice Gods Among Us video game, but it's from the point of view of Harley Quinn. So I've been reading this. I'm on the third, what would be the third issue, but third part. The artwork's really good in there. That's the artwork inside. I really dig the artwork. It's very good. That's when the Joker from normal Earth comes to the Injustice version. So very cool. I love the DC. I'm kind of more into DC as far as reading goes, but I always have some old school Marvel. But yeah, basically read DC. And so after I finish this one, which I've got another book. I got Ready Player One. That's a fiction. That's not really a comic book. I got to read that one. But this is Volume 2. It's still in the old shrinkity-dink wrap. But here's one. I've already read this. Got it in a bag right now. I don't know why, but I've read this already. But I've got my hands on the second, third, fourth, fifth. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So I've got 6 total of these. This is number 1. It's Omnivore edition of Chew by John Layman and Rob Guillory. So I've actually already read this. It was freaking awesome. But I went ahead and decided to buy all the other ones as well. They're all hardcover, so I got the whole collection of that. This is just a great freaking read. So I'm very excited to read this one. But the thing about it, I don't know if I want to read Chew or the Fantastic Four Masterworks Volume 4, because once I get done reading these 2 books, I'm probably going to hold off. I probably won't read Injustice 2 Volume 1 or whatever right away. I'm going to wait, because I read Injustice Gods Among Us. Then I read Injustice Year 2, Year 3, Year 4, Year 5. I read them all in the thin hardback. So each one had two volumes, but Year 5 had 3 volumes. Man, just a freaking phenomenal storyline. Some of it even got me kind of teary-eyed because it's really emotional, you know. And it's wild, you know. It's like you read something like this. I mean, these have, you know, Vincenzo, we talk about social justice warrior kind of stuff with Marvel in today's time, but Jack and Stan, 2 Jewish guys, right? They wrote that hate monger storyline, and they pulled the hood off, and it was Hitler. So even back then, in those days, they were writing about, you know, like some serious issues, you know, so that's pretty cool. But, you know, like, as the evolution of comics go, not just like people that collect comics or YouTube comic book community, but, you know, the different artists and, you know, things of that nature. You know, we look at old school Jack Kirby, where this man was working on 5 or 6 titles a month doing covers and interiors. And then we have today the cover artists are so expensive, or because they do such awesome work. You know, the company's got to pay big money to get that work on the cover, and especially to get an artist on the interiors, they got to pay some pretty good money for that artist as well. I mean, so, but back in the day, I mean, Jack was probably barely scraping by doing like 4, 5, 6 books a month. But, you know, as things evolve, you know, I think things get better, but I also see things get worse as well, you know, in just kind of different ways, you know, divide and everything like that, you know, divide in America, you know, because there is a lot of divide in America, and the divide in America, like I've talked in my truth videos, that trickles down into social media and things like that, and could even get trickled down into a YouTube comic book community through the differences of opinions and things like that. But one thing we all do need to remember, and Undisputed Frost was talking about this after he watched Seeking Near Mint's video, is just to kind of, you know, you may not like everybody or stuff like that, but the ones you do watch, the ones you are subscribed to, freaking support them. You know, give them a thumbs up. You know, comment on their video. You know, watch the video if you can. If you don't watch someone, hell, that's fine. Don't watch them. No big deal. No harm, no foul. Don't watch the people if you ain't interested in what those people have to say or have to do. Don't watch them. If you're not interested in stuff that I talk about, because God knows I ramble freaking forever, you know, don't watch my stuff. You know, I won't be hurt or anything by it. I've been doing YouTube over I guess 2009. So let's see, that's about 8 years. I just kind of passed my 8-year anniversary on YouTube. It was back in September. I didn't make no big deal about it because I didn't start doing, I guess, the comic videos probably till 2010 or 11. So no big deal there. But, you know, through the 8 years that I have been on YouTube, you know, I've done a lot of different videos. I've done video gaming, comic books, cooking. I've done these truth videos, but, you know, I've had a lot of just like evil comments, like weird hate stuff. Some guy saying I had autism. Some guy saying, don't you just want to slap this guy in the pie hole? Okay, well, I kind of deserved it because I was acting like an asshole showing off my Harley Davidson bike, but it was all part of the thing. A lot of folks don't know, a lot of folks don't really know the Great Legend is pretty much like a persona, right? So when you watch the Great Legend and he's full of life and coming at you live and all this kind of stuff, that's just kind of a persona to make you feel happier or make you feel excited about the kind of stuff I'm talking about, you know? But if you ever get a chance to hang like in a hangout or something, I'm a pretty laid back guy. You know, you can ask a lot of people in the comic book community or, you know, folks that I've chatted with. They'll say, yeah, he's a pretty laid back, normal dude, you know. So yeah, I think a lot of people are like that. You know, you got these online personas, you know what I mean, and larger than life characters, and then but you gotta, you know, you gotta kind of take a step back and say, oh, that's just Rob doing some crazy ass shit, you know. But anyway, I hope that kind of makes sense. But yeah, I want to remind everyone just to support their comic book community, but also keep in mind, I've talked about this in my Legends Truth videos, to always keep your eyes on the prize. Like there's always going to be people behind you that are jealous of what you have, or they're going to want like a variant, or they're going to see some kick-ass covers, or they're going to see some special stuff you have in your video. And they're always going to be a little jealous because they don't have that, or maybe they don't have the views or the subscribers or any of that kind of stuff, or the numbers, or they don't have a black beanie. There's always going to be like someone out there that's going to be kind of jealous of what you do. And I can tell you stuff till I'm black and blue in the face, but everyone is different. So a lot of times some of this kind of stuff will hurt other people's feelings. But you just got to remember that, to keep doing what you do, keep doing what you're passionate about. Hippies Collectibles, the man in this chat room right now, he's always said, he's always opened it up with, he says something like, hey, true believers, so he's a Stan Lee kind of guy. He's also says, make mine Marvel. Collect what you like, love what you collect. Hippies Collectibles, he's been around the comic book community for a really long time, but he's also been on this earth for a very long time. And he wouldn't say that shit, collect what you like, love what you collect, if he didn't mean it when he was saying it, So kind of keep that in mind. There's always going to be some haters. They're always going to be trying to pull your shoulder or tug at your shirt during that race of life. But if you keep your eyes on the prize, if you keep your eyes on the finish line and not worry about what's behind you, just always look forward. But when you look forward, be happy at what you're doing. Don't ever second guess, a purchase you've made, or never second guess, a comic book that you've bought. Some assholes back here may say that book sucks, or that book ain't cool, or that book ain't worth jack, but don't listen to what those people are saying. Listen to what's in your heart, and go with your gut, man. Do that. And I think if you can do that, and understand that, yeah, there's a lot of assholes in social media. There's a bunch of dickheads. But if you can like move on and don't worry about them, you'll be in a better place. If I thought about the guy running the country every fucking day, yeah, I'd probably want to commit suicide or something. Not saying I'm going to do it, but if you just keep that negativity built up inside too much, it's really not good for you. So let's see, what else do I got? I got Legends Live Auctions this Saturday. Probably won't sell the 7 C's Vinchenzo C till next week. But we got a lot of great action going on in the chat. All the phrases in the world won't help Marvel now. He said to James. Jesse's in the house. They do, but you can't stop doing what you want just because other guys get hurt. That's right, man. That's right. So yeah, some folks may not like the message or whatever, or like my advice towards supporting the community. But yeah, go ahead and support the community. But do what you do because you want to do it. Don't collect for no one else. Don't go out and buy like a shit ton of books like I did in 2011 to keep up with the Joneses. Actually, though, I was buying DC New 52, and every book I read was a kick-ass title. I was just buying too much. I guess I wouldn't say I was keeping up with the Joneses per se. I was just wanting to buy them because I really liked them, but then I didn't have time to read them all. So that was bad on me, That's why I just put my, J-Rod Ham says, that's why I just put my Hughes Thor cover on eBay now. $55, looking to profit off it now. And that's the thing. The cool thing about these variants that are like really hard and scarce, like the 1 in 50s, the 1 in 100s. They've got a pretty damn good rate of return, because honestly, if variant collectors, if I didn't have all these Fantastic Four books, thank God I got them right when they came out, because I saved a lot of money. But if I was one of those guys and I was trying to collect the full run of Fantastic Four, including all the variants, and I was dead set on getting these books, Jesus, man, someone is going to make a lot of dimes off my wants and off my needs for these Fantastic Four books, because they're probably worth a lot of money. Well, hopefully not too much, because they're Fantastic Four, and I'll tell you this: a lot of the comic book value and things like that are built on if the movie or the TV show is successful. I can tell you that right now. So if you're looking to buy Fantastic Four, now's the perfect time to buy some sweet-ass Fantastic Four books. Legend Auction and Strictly Comics Auction and a con this weekend. Damn, Edwin's going to have his auction, so I got to check that out. He does a daytime one. What's Chew about? John Layman and Rob Guillory. It's about a guy named Tony Chew. He is a police officer, detective type guy. He solves crimes. And what is it? Is it Chivivore or some kind of scientific-y name? But anything that he chews or tastes in his mouth, like he can lick this penny, right? Just imagine. He can lick this penny like this. Dirty-ass old penny. He can see in his mind, psychically, he could see who the last person who had the penny. He could see how the penny was minted at the mint in D.C. He could see all of this stuff. He could see how many hands this penny has passed through. So he solves crimes that way. It's set in a future where chicken, the bird meat, is outlawed. And they have chicken speakeasies, all kind of cool-ass shit, man. He's got his boy Mason Savoy in there who's always getting into some stuff with him. It's a mature story, so it's freaking awesome, man. If you could read a lot of cussing. I will give you one little funny thing. There was a brutal murder in the back of this chicken speakeasy. And his partner, he makes him, or one of them, I can't remember if it was his partner, because his partner got fucked up, I think, in the kitchen. His head like got busted open. But Tony Chew leans over this body of this dead guy, and he takes a big ass bite out of his arm, kind of like a cannibal would. And so it's just all crazy, man. It's freaking crazy. Yeah, JLS says he eats crime scenes pretty much. So yeah. Kingdom says, J-Rod, are you going to Fan Days? Fan Days is the one coming up in Irvin. J-Rod, I don't know if he's going to that one. I did go to one Fan Days. That was my first big con I went to. I've been to a lot of little conventions. But Fan Days, I hated it out there in Irving. Too many people. Parking sucked. My back was hurting. And my brother got me 3-day pass to go to that. And I couldn't even make it on Sunday. My back was hurting so freaking bad. But the good one is, what is this one? What was this one? Was this Fan Expo? I don't know. The one in 2017 at the at that hotel I stayed at. The Omni. Was it the Omni Hotel? That one was freaking awesome. I think that was Fan Expo. That was a really good one. Big shout out to Airborne Sapper. Airborne Sapper is here. Damn, what the hell? Well, Hippie, you kind of look like Captain Strange. Captain Strange Life, maybe? I don't know. Is Chew still coming out? Matt Murdock. Chew is done. It went 60 issues. So you can pick it up, man. Pick them up. Read those things. A lot of the libraries have that book. Freaking awesome. If you get the Omnivore editions, you get issues 1 through 10. So definitely freaking get that, man. It's a great read. Brucey Bruce, Chew is freaking awesome. So I really appreciate all y'all coming out watching some of this stuff. Yes, it was Fan Expo. Yeah, that's the one we went to, Splash. That was a good one. Fan Expo. Kingdom Comics went to that one. SS Comic Reader went to that one. Trilogy's Comic Corner. Trinity's Comics. Aim High Comics. I don't know if Edwin went there or not, but I gotta, you know, whenever this next one comes, we all need to get together, all the Texas guys, all the Blastic guys, go have some fucking drinks or something, man, you know. It's a lot funner to meet people in real life than it is on YouTube, you know. But again, it's time to support the comic book community. I'm going to do a better job of supporting the comic book community because, you know, like I said, I haven't done the greatest job. There was actually a pretty bad time where I sat out for about 2 years, and that was when the WLC action started happening, you know. And that was crazy action. That was the Don, the Icons, Mylars versus WLC's Polybags. Fucking epic bullshit drama, but pretty insane. Biggie's. All right, fellas, I'm going to call it a night, man. I think I'm going to do like old Biggie's comics myself. I'm going to call it a night. And I thank y'all so much for watching this video, man. It's always good to get in the double digits on live viewers. So I thank y'all so much for watching. Remember, support the comic book community, and Reaper Tate 728, Vinchenzo C, and Howlermouse. Howler, you're going to be pissed that I've rambled on all this time, but you got to get it done, son. So check it out. This is the Great Legend. Again, thank y'all so much. JLS says the Mylar Polybag War, LOL memories. But yeah, just all crazy stuff. Kingdom says way too much good stuff going to be happening. A lot of action. The Fan Expo, I don't know when that one is, but I know the Fan Days in Irving, that one's coming pretty soon. If you're a Doctor Who fan, I can't remember that guy's name because I don't watch Doctor Who. Matt something? I can't remember. But he's going to be really big time. Always remember, people, collect what you like and love what you collect. Gomez, thank you so much. I always enjoy doing the live thing. And I want to, like Nerd Vision, I don't know if I've given you a shout out. Colton Atkins. Colton, thank you so much for subscribing tonight. God bless you, brother. If you like comic books, I know I haven't done any cooking videos in a long time. Gore Vidal, what's up, Gore? Good to see you, sir. I haven't done any cooking videos in a long time because it's hard to do cooking videos when you got a 9 and 13-year-old screaming and yelling and trying to get into the camera. Ugh, pisses me off more than anything. But if you're really interested, I personally, I'm tooting my own horn. I do that sometimes. I was the first person in the YouTube comic book community to ever have Klobosnik's recipe. Check the date. Everyone after the Great Legends Klobosnik's video, the Great Chef Show, that's when the Klobosnik started getting big. A lot of y'all people know it as kolaches, you know, the sausage roll or whatnot. But check that shit out. That was an awesome video. That was some good times. And it tastes good, too. All right. Matt Smith, Kingdom says. Matt Smith, Matthew Smith. That Doctor Who guy, I believe, is going to be there. So that's going to be one of those kind of cons that focuses more on Doctor Who. You know, I don't know much about Doctor Who, but I know my boy Kyle Walker from New Zealand likes some Doctor Who as well. So damn good stuff, man. But anyways, y'all have a great night. We've almost been going on for 1 hour. No, they ain't no pigs in a blanket. I almost said your real name. Mr. White goes, pigs in a blanket is biscuits wrapped around the sausage. I'm talking sausage roll. I'm talking like some good, excellent freaking bread. The bread, man. The bread ain't no dang freaking biscuit. I get a little freaking, you know how like, you know, we talk about like people, you know, that collect stuff and you may not agree with what they collect and all that kind of crap. I mean, you call a damn kolache some biscuit dough? Shit, I'm coming after you, homie. I'm coming after you, and I'm going to bake you some damn Klobosniks, and I'll give them to you at the next con. Probably not, but that's what I feel like doing after you calling them biscuit bread. Alex, you had a great show tonight. I'm going to catch you on the rewind, probably on the way to work tomorrow. But, yep, it's time to go. Fans, this is the Great Legend. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Go check out Undisputed Frost. He does some great videos. Support your comic book community. Try out different like areas. You know how you know everything can kind of be divided into little groups. Go to all the groups. Check out all the groups. If you like them, sub them up. Give them a thumbs up. Comment. If you don't like them, just go on. Leave them alone. Go do something different. All right. This is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.